In this video, we're going to talk about how to bring third-party JavaScript libraries. It is very likely that you will face a situation in which you need to bring some third-party library to add functionality to your block. The idea is that each block should be independent, so we will not be adding those libraries to the header of a page. So the block should be able to communicate to the page that it wants to bring some third-party library. Now, to do so, I want to go back to my example, and I want to show you a simple method that we have to add JavaScript. I have some code here, and that is a JavaScript library that allows to add ripple effects to buttons or any HTML element. So let me show you. The function that we'll be using is script. By just calling a script, it takes 3 parameters. The first parameter will be the URL of the third-party library that you wish to use. It takes also a callback function, and it takes the ID of the block. Now remember that all blocks must be named ID. So in this case, this is the selector for jQuery to use to find the block ID. Your callback function will get then the actual object of that selector. Now back to the code, I want to do a couple of changes to make sure that library works. The first one will be to make the button larger, btn_lg, and that is our bootstrap class. Let's first take a quick preview. Now it's larger. And the next thing that I want to do is just to add a link element that is required by the library in order to add the ripple effects. So that would be a link. There is no relationship. In this case, I just need to add a class equal ripple.js. That is the name of the library. If I do that, now the framework should the framework is actually adding the library. It's not really noticeable right now, so I want to make this button extra larger just for demonstration. Let's add a padding of 5. There you go. So I'm clicking, and I hope you notice that there is a ripple going from my click. Now, just to recap, the way to add a JavaScript library will be by calling the script function. You can pass the URL, the function, and also the ID of the block. Now, the callback function is invoked when the library is loaded, and to demonstrate that, I'm just going to call an alert. Ripple JS is ready. Let's preview that one more time. And as you can see, it shows that the library has been loaded. And at this moment, I should be able to make calls. Another way to use this script by just using the promise. This script returns a promise, so I could just return here null. So I'm not expecting that to take a callback function. And then I can say then, and I can pass my callback function here. So it will be exactly the same way as the callback that I previously used. Block. And again, it's working the same way. So just to recap, including a JavaScript library requires the use of the script function. You pass the URL, you can pass a callback function, which is optional, or you can take advantage of the fact that this is a promise to call other methods within the promise object. And in this case, I'm just closing this example by just using the then method from the promise object, which takes a function, then it will return the block object and will allow me to do some customization of the element once the library has been fully loaded. And that should be it.